Are you looking to build your business in 2022 completely online? If so, then in this video, I'm going to share with you all the tools that I'm currently using to build my business. Some of them are the absolute must-haves, and some of them are kind of extra, so I will be covering all of them, so keep on watching. My name is Jelena Ostrovska from JelenaOstrovska.com, and I create organic social media content for six-figure female coaches and consultants. And in this video, we're talking tools. So for me personally, I have run different kinds of businesses. I've run, affiliate marketing, network marketing. I've run coaching. I've done some consulting, and right now I'm currently offering social media management services for clients and some consulting as well. So if you are at a point where you are ready to outsource your social media, then hit me up on Instagram or fill out an application on my website and we can chat more about that. But let's talk about the tools, because I have been getting some questions as far as like, how do I build an email list? How do I create a landing page? How do I run my business really? So I'm going to start with the must-have tools that you need to have in order to run a successful business. So the very first thing that I do want to say, every single time you create content, every single time you go live or you publish a YouTube video just like this, your intention has to always be to build an email list, because that's ultimately the list that you control. And no, email marketing is not dead. It's very far from it. I have bought a lot of things from emails, and I'm sure you did as well without even realizing that. So email marketing is still a thing. And honestly, social media can change in an instant, but your email list is still going to be there. So in 2022, I've actually switched over to a new email marketing provider because I wanted better deliverability. I wanted a more streamlined service, and I actually started my email list pretty much from scratch. So I basically got rid of an email list that was over 1,000 people, and I now have about 50 people. Last time I checked, 52, I believe. So this is an interesting journey. So I am using ConvertKit, and this is actually a recommendation that I've got from my coach. And I found that ConvertKit, first of all, they're a very diverse team. It is, from last time I heard, it is a Black-owned business as well. And one thing that I wanted to make sure in 2022 was actually put some effort into email marketing, okay? Because I feel like I've always been kind of like half-assing it, and I never really put effort into segmentation, into more advanced like email campaigns. And there was just something preventing me from really consistently emailing. Last year, I have not emailed a whole lot to my email list in 2021, and I really wanted to make a change with that this year, which is why I have switched over to ConvertKit and basically started over. So what you can do inside of ConvertKit is you can obviously connect your domains and everything like that, but essentially you can also build landing pages there. So if you're just getting started, honestly, you don't really need all the complicated funnel building softwares. You don't necessarily even need a website to get started, but it's definitely a nice thing to have eventually. But when you're just getting started, you just want to build an email list, you just want to connect with people, and you want to have some simple landing pages, you can set up a ConvertKit account. And not to mention, you can also charge people for your product inside of ConvertKit, which I feel like is really nice. I have not tried it myself yet because I do have a funnel building software. However, for somebody who's getting started, maybe this is you, it's going to be great to have. Now, the number 2 tool that I use pretty much on a daily basis, and I do use the paid version of it, which is Canva for any sort of graphic design. So I create all of my Instagram graphics there. I have all of my website designs over there. I love how you can now have different brand kits inside of Canva. So they're very, design oriented. They're very, in my opinion, innovative. So they keep adding new things, and they have improved so many different things in the last year. And, I'm not a graphic designer, like I'm definitely not a professional, but it helps me get the shit done, right? So I create my YouTube thumbnails inside of Canva. I create my clients' content using Canva as well. And every single freebie or even like an ebook, PDF types of things, presentations, all have been made in Canva. So honestly, like even on the free account, you're gonna get a lot of value out of it. However, personally, I've been on a paid account for years now. Like I can't remember for how many years, but probably at least 4 or 5 years that I've been paying for Canva. And it's one of those subscriptions that I probably is like the last on my list to cancel. If I were like on a deathbed or something and I had to cancel everything, Canva would be the last thing. Now, when you are ready to kind of establish your business a little bit more and you're ready to put yourself out there and you're ready to put your services and put your really a little piece of real estate out there, you gotta have a website. And it's funny to me how some people say, you don't need to have a website, but they all have it, right? They all say, oh, like you don't have to have a website to sign clients. And that's totally true. However, what are people going to find when they Google your name, right? So I know that like I worked damn hard to work on my website. And, when I first started it and I would look up my name on Google, I wouldn't really like what I see. But then as I grew my website, as I improved it, as I made a lot of changes, as it kind of like, stood the test of time, my entire website, then it started ranking on the first page of Google and people actually do see my website. And I've gotten a lot of compliments and a lot of clients through my website. Or should I say my website really contributed to me getting clients, because as of the recording of this video, actually my website is currently under some constructing as I have been moving hosting companies. So a lot of things have been kind of like missing and it's just been a mess of a process personally for me. There have been a lot of errors that I have been working through. However, I just know that every single time I get a message or somebody who is a potential client, I know they have visited my website and they have asked me, hey, who made your funnels? Who did your website? And usually it's me because I'm pretty self-taught person when it comes to all of that. So yeah, if you are at a point where you want to have a professionally done website, I'll show examples here that I have built for my clients recently. Definitely reach out, fill out an application on my website. Worth mentioning that. And let's chat and we can talk about creating a custom website for you. Now, in terms of the tools that I use for my website, so the hosting that I am currently using, and again, I'm just gonna say, I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with them. If I work everything out, I likely will. But one thing for me personally, when I was choosing hosting, first of all, I was looking at the reviews, and the hosting that I'm using is DreamHost. So I don't think I'm an affiliate yet, so feel free to sign up and check it out for yourself. However, for me, one of the most important things when it comes to any company is good customer support. So, and the support that I have been receiving has been really great. I would say 9 out of 10. I wouldn't say 10 out of 10 because I don't really feel like a whole lot of companies do have that kind of 10 out of 10 support. Maybe Google does. Like Google has been very on point lately when I have been contacting them for some customer support. But in terms of DreamHost, I've had a rough experience moving my website, and it partially, I would say it probably has been on me. I feel like I have done something wrong, so I'm not going to blame it on somebody else. I'll just take full responsibility that I probably messed it up. So although I feel like I've moved so many different websites in the past, I've moved my website from different hosting companies several times. Like I've moved my website at least 3-4 times. So I've been with several hosting companies in the past. But yeah, DreamHost is what I'm using, and the tools that I'm using to build my website is Elementor. This is like the visual look, so all the pages I'm using an Elementor builder, and then the WordPress theme that I'm using is called Astra. So I do have the links down below. I also have a resources page on my website where I list all of the resources that I use, so you can check all of them out over there. But yeah, these are really all the tools, and the maintenance of the website essentially costs me about $130, $120 a year, including hosting, including all the, well, maybe 150. Like I'm just gonna like round it up to 150. So, which is like what, $10, $12 a month, which is not a whole lot. So yeah, these are my website expenses. Now, as far as accepting payments, so I do have a Stripe account, so which has been like a godsend for me, should I say. It's been a pretty smooth and simple experience. I've also had good customer support with Stripe because I've had some issues in the past, and I'm currently using for my business banking solution, I'm using Brex, and it's honestly been like one of the best things that I have enrolled myself into in 2021. Just having a bank that is fully online. You know, I have received an online bank once they verified my company, once they verified all of my identity, all of the information. It's been great. So crossing my fingers is gonna stay like this. But if you do have an LLC and maybe you are an international and you want to have a US business bank, this is not a personal bank, this is a business bank, then I definitely recommend looking into Brex. They also give their customer support is amazing. Never had a single issue with them. And yeah, they give you a virtual business card. You can order a physical business card as well for your needs, a debit card. And I also collect points with them, which is very nice. Like, I have not been collecting points with any banks, and just being able to, you know, get some money back on your regular business expenses and things like that, it's really, really, really great. All right, so as far as moving on to some more advanced tools, so for my company management and for my content management, I'm using actually two separate tools. So for my like overall business dashboard, my day-to-day activities, and kind of like some systems and automations, I'm using ClickUp. And for my content management and just some data management, I'm using Airtable. I wanted to just use one of them, but I just love both tools and I feel like they are slightly different. Airtable is definitely more like spreadsheets, Excel sheets on steroids, and then ClickUp is more like Asana, more like Trello, so but way more advanced, and I feel like they have better features compared to Trello. So yeah, just something that you can, you know, think about when you are ready to have your SOPs, you know, your standard operating procedures done. I would recommend using ClickUp personally. Now, there are some of my friends that are like trying to drag me over to the Notion team, but I have not pulled the trigger because I just feel like I have everything set up in ClickUp and Airtable and it works. And I'm also using Airtable with my clients for whom I manage their social media content and for the approval process. So it works amazingly. So if you're curious about that, feel free to message me on Instagram. We can chat about that. But yeah, like, and in terms of client management, so if you are a service-based business or you have a coaching-based business where you have to send contracts, invoices, proposals, forms, calendar scheduling, all of that back and forth, I used to literally use email and Canva to send everything over, and it definitely works. Like, you can send everything like that, and I've used to use HelloSign, I think, or DocuSign to sign contracts, but now I'm using Dubsado. So I'll leave a link down below for you so you can take a discount off your first month or full year. But it just streamlined my processes so much. I don't have to be spending so much time on just doing the whole back and forth with clients. It has all the automations that I need, and it just makes the whole client experience so much smoother, and it takes care of the invoices, it takes care of the contracts, it takes care of proposals. And I just know that all of my data and client information is there, so I can keep track of everything and everyone, and it makes it like way easier. And I do want to talk about one more tool as well that I have recently signed up for and I have been using pretty extensively. Is actually to help me with content writing. So while I do consider myself somebody who's very qualified at content marketing, at content writing and planning, and I'm literally known for content, however, a little help does go a long way, and I've actually started using an artificial intelligence software, an AI software called Jarvis, and essentially what it does is it helps you get over that writer's block, right? And I will have a separate video about Jarvis later on. So hit the bell sign down below, like below this video, so you get notified when that video goes live. But essentially what it does is you, like, not only does it give you content ideas based on your keywords, it basically just spits it out for you, but you also have the ability to write a full article, a full sales page with some commands that the AI is aware of. So for example, I've actually written some LinkedIn articles and my website articles using the AI. Not only does it help you to also write in a way that's going to rank on Google, so you kind of take that guessing out of, you know, content writing. But also, like, for me personally, like, there are times when you start writing something, you have the idea, but you're just trying to sit down and find the right words. So this is kind of how I have been using AI for myself and also for client content, because there are days when I'm like, I know a lot about health and wellness, but I'm not an expert at it. So I have used it to write my clients' content. And of course, I tweak it. So the way I use it kind of as a starting point to write. It gives me like some like introduction, it gives me some bullet points, and then I can just expand on it and have it like write it in a better way. And also to make sure that all the grammar is correct and whatnot. But essentially, it's been a great helper for me, for somebody who does write a lot of content and for somebody who does want to be on multiple different social media and like content publishing platforms. It's been a great help. Now, I will say this, it may not be for everybody, but it certainly does make your life easier if you do write a lot of content. So definitely check out all the links in the description box with all the tools that I have mentioned so far. There is a whole page on my website with all the possible resources and tools that I'm using. So there's a lot more than what I mentioned here, but I just wanted to kind of combine the must-have. There's actually one, last but not least, if you do have courses, if you do have funnels and upsells and all those kind of things that you want to build for your business, then I'm still using Builderall, which I find, it's a little bit more complex. I feel like I'm going to keep it completely honest here. So it took me a while to really get used to it. However, for a very competitive price that they have, so it does change, it did change lately. However, essentially you're able to not only have funnels, you're able to have so many different tools. I believe they offer you social media scheduling as well, and you can host your courses and just a whole lot more. So if you're looking for an all-in-one solution and you just want to pay one flat fee for email marketing, funnels, membership sites, then I do recommend using Builderall. There is a bit of a learning curve, but if you are at a place where you are just tired of some of your expenses going up, then this is going to be for you. So I really hope this video gave you some clarity as far as the tools that you will need to be using. I will link all of them down below. But if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button below. And before you leave, check out all of these videos right here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.